Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the General Banter Podcast, Patreon exclusive. My guest today, Máirín Geddis. Yeah. Straight the intro.
Thank you.
No sponsorship
General
today.
Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
Welcome back. We are doing a swift podcast today as we're under the imminent pressure of me eating lunch.
You've
So
said you're hungry for the last
We've ordered it.
since you ate since breakfast.
This is what happens. I did a workout at about 7:30 this morning, which means for the rest of the day I'll be
Starving.
having bloodlust.
You know.
Like a fucking caged animal. Don't know what it is. I remember hearing, was it Susanna? What do you call her woman does the news? Susanna with Pierce Morgan. No, what's her name? Susanna
Reid?
Reid.
Is that her?
Susanna Reid. She was
Alright.
like, "Oh, I don't exercise. It just makes you too hungry.
Yeah.
I just sit still and I try not to eat too much, and then I'll not get fat."
There
'Cause
is an argument for that. Like
There
you
has
can,
to be,
you
yeah.
can do well if your exercises aren't right. You expel too much energy and then you're just starving. So you eat more calories.
Well, you know what I'm like, Máirín? Like a fucking savage in the gym. A lot of tit work today. Who needs bench presses when you're my weight? I just get those two handles, which by the way are creaking, and I'm like, am I going to be the first guy to break push-up stands under my weight? And I also found a pretty cool like little statue of the Virgin Mary, which I have beside me to keep an eye on me when in case
Look at you.
in case I die. I love that thing. I'm not in any way religious, but the color palette on this Mary,
It's a nice statue,
it's
isn't it?
baby blue, and it's like it looks cool. I'm gonna keep it.
It's my granddad, yeah.
I like it. I like it a bit more than it probably was his.
Yeah.
You know, I like it. Used to be his house. We're like, just leave it there.
It's in the garden watching.
Yeah, just keep it there. There's a bird shit on it right now. I'll clean it. Anyway, yeah, we've got food on the way. I've got food on the way because, I did one exercise and I'm starving.
Like literally we left the house and you're like, I'm already hungry.
I was, and you made
Should
me.
we go to McDonald's? Should we do this? I was like, no. Should we get a donut? I was like, no.
But that's all, that's all my like Tourette's that I go through before I realised, and I'll just
It's like
wait.
you've
and
eaten
get-
an hour ago, like
I know.
1 hour.
And it was quite a lot of porridge. You made like, how many
Porridge,
grams?
Like 60 grams of porridge for you.
60 grams of porridge with protein
With
in
a
it.
protein, scoop of protein in it.
Yeah. I've said for
Starving.
I've said for years porridge is shit.
It's not though.
It's like some of those overnight oats that you buy in a shop, and I'm like, this is a dessert, this isn't breakfast. It does nothing to me. I put it in my body and I'm like, right, that's in there now, cool. Where's the eggs, man?
Just have eggs in.
I do. Welcome to the General Banter
I know.
Podcast. Now that we've ironed out our domestic abuse in here said there? No.
Exactly.
Cough right down the mic. I was just looking at this. This is the latest in Guinness technology. Apparently 25 quid. Shout out to the Guinness guru guy. He'll never hear this. Do you know I asked him in the podcast?
Yeah.
And then there was too much confusion. I was like, I don't know, we're like busy or something at the time, and I just kind of let it drift away. Because he works, you know what I mean? He's a real human. And he's like,
Always got real
I work 9 to
stuff.
5, and I'm like, fucking forget about it, big lad. Forget about it, mate. Is a big lad too. Apparently he's about 6'7".
You're like, after work cuts into my eating time. So
Yeah, well, I'm still trying to recuperate from the one workout I did yesterday
Yeah.
morning. So
I'm still hungry from
I'll
that
still
workout.
be just stuffing just gorging. I do 4 press ups and I turn into like Henry VIII. Henry VIII. Anyways, reviewing this Guinness Surge can thing.
And
Have you
that's
seen
just
this?
a hashtag influencer wanker package. I think.
Anyway, we'll not keep too much of his
Is
video
this
in.
what's the thing you put on top
Aye,
of the can?
so it goes on top of the
yeah,
can.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking to myself, why are people so? Did the lockdown do this to people? Are they just so obsessed with trying to replicate pints in their house? Is that what it is?
Well, mainly Guinness. It's very hard to
But
replicate.
Yeah, but is it? Is it killing you that much than be not drinking it? It doesn't happen with anything else. You're not like, people aren't releasing kits and all to be like, man, this is how you get tenants in your house. No one's like dying to get like.
But for some people, Guinness is like a deeply meaningful thing.
Yeah, but it's the same as like, beards or mullets. I think you have no personality.
If what you like Guinness.
But if you're like really like, man, I would throw up if I had a can. You need to get it with the nice surge and everything, or
do you
else
not
I'm
see it
gonna
as just like a nice advance in
project
technology?
that. No,
I just see it as
it's
like
the death
oh,
of pubs.
it's cool that they're thinking of new ways to do things now.
Yeah, and it's cool. You'd be absolutely, Fumesville if you had paid like, the way they did, like everyone was using the jewellery cleaner, but then people were buying the proper one that was like 300 quid, and then people were buying that thing Begley has, the beer fucking hawk or whatever it's called, and you buy the wee thing and you put it in and it's fucking 500 quid or something, and then these motherfuckers turn around and they're like, it's 25 quid.
Just put it on top of your
And you
can.
can turn your can into like a fucking...
Clever.
But there is, it's such a fucking... if I was blind boy, I would probably just break down the cultural significance of it, but I'm not. So I'm just going to sit here and be like, why are people killing themselves to get a fucking pint in the house?
Are they though? Isn't it just fun?
Look at this fucking thing here. Look, you have to get the special tin as well. Oh yeah, he fast forwarded it. Good man.
Oh, I just thought he had a really weird hand there.
So this is how it's going to come out.
It looks legit, like, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's the worst Guinness you've ever had? Have you ever had one of those London Shite Guinnesses? Anywhere where you were like, this is disgusting?
Yeah, I had one in a bar near us and it literally tasted like soil.
Yeah, I think that was more
Well, I had
to
to
do
give
with
it back.
the bar we were in and probably the care that they take of their
Horrific.
glasses and stuff.
Horrific.
Your fella
No,
would be like, do you wash these?
everyone
And he'd be like,
smelt it and
nah,
was like,
let the fucking rain hit it.
What was wrong with that? Like,
Out the back, sure. If you're done mopping the bogs, slosh it over the glasses there. But that place is notoriously sort of cack
it's
for
poison,
drink.
like.
I've been in there myself and I've been drinking like one drink. And then I had one other drink. I think I was drinking Coors Light or something on top, which is not
No,
great
you gotta
anyway.
go stick to a bottle.
True. But then, that actually looks great. And then I had, did he bust into the second tin there? Or was that the same tin? Same tin. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was drinking that. And then I had one vodka. We'll get rid of this guy. Sorry, bro. And then the guy likes Guinness, And then I had one like vodka and something. And I literally was just like, like I was a Russian spy in a movie. Just like, something happened. I feel funny.
Anyone who lives near us will know the exact bar we're talking about too. Yeah, it's like most of the drinks. It's the only bar you go to and you go, well, I'm not drinking here. Like, I'll go, but like, you don't drink the drinks. Yeah. You're going to be poisoned. So
I'll drink. I'll drink.
You
before
might be
I
alright,
go.
but more than likely you'll feel poisoned.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Like,
Yeah.
and you know me, I enjoy a drink. I can put it away, as they say. But I was drinking away, and then I just had one other drink, which I've done a million times, and I literally just felt my body go weak. I was like,
Yeah.
like they're just topping the vodka up with fucking nail polish remover.
Yeah, it is like you're joining a weird cult like that. 9 Perfect Strangers, and then at some point they drug you, and then you don't know why it's 4 a.m. and everyone's locked in there.
Yeah, and they just bump up the price of the beers and everything, and you're like, yeah, there's 2 Coronas, and it's like, just hand them a 20, and you never see the wee girl again. Just got a constant circle of like underage girls taking your money away.
The good thing is we're old and boring now and don't go out, so
Very true.
So the
I've
idea of
got-
one of those is actually a great idea.
Yeah, I've got one of these surge things in the post.
That's one of those things you
I don't even
slag.
like Guinness. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. I don't like it at all. I'm more of a Smithwick's girl myself.
Yeah, it's nice too, like, but
If you want to get some real drinking done.
I don't know. Well, Guinness is lovely, but you just can't like drink tons of them. Like,
That's true.
some people do, but
Yeah, that's true. I remember we went to a wedding and we went with your mum to accompany her to a friend's sort of reception. And Begley went because he's also friends, and I went because he was going out with you. So I was just there like a fucking spare dick. But we went to a place where you would assume the pints were going to be great, and I got a pint and it was salty.
it's down south, wasn't it? Yeah.
I was like, man, this pint is salty. Me and Begley, you drink the whole thing, like, oh, it's fucking rotten. Oh, you sure? Oh my God, no, fuck's sake, get another 2 there. Oh, fucking still, oh my God. I was fucking ranking it. And your mum nearly knocked herself dead on the car, do you remember? She went to get
She
out of the
doesn't
car.
really drink, and
She went to
had,
get out of
like-
the car and nearly fucking snapped her neck on the roof. Do you remember that? Hit her head on the roof.
No, when did you get out?
Yeah, like, you know the way you sort of
right,
stand
when
up into
when
it.
you
Like,
stand up into it. Oh no.
nightmare. Anyway, what other cool things do you want to talk about? More, my SSE shows got cancelled, and now they're making us share this thing about venues closing.
it's so crap, isn't it? Like,
But this is what it says. Our venue still cannot open due to social distancing restrictions. Northern Ireland is the only part of the UK to not have fully reopened or have a date for reopening. In an executive meeting is 23rd of September. Social distancing requirements must be removed so venues can finally reopen. We urgently need a full reopening date. Yeah.
but the weird thing is, like, I get it, but also I think you can control people, be safer, all that stuff more in like a seated venue than you can a big outdoor packed gig. The amount of people I've heard recently go to whatever, Belsonics, all those things, being like, you're so jammed in, you're so close to people, everyone just walk around, you know what I mean? There's no space at all. Whereas if you're in a venue, you have your own seat. So
Exactly.
even if they did it so that there was like,
They think because
they left a seat between every booking or whatever, you could do all sorts of things. You could actually keep it more distance than just a big open air. Like the fact that it's open air, even people were saying the fact that it was open air didn't make it feel
Of course it doesn't.
more,
It's like a...
airy.
I mean,
or anything.
that's why certain things were reopening, and then they were always so reserved about places where you could drink, and there were the things around alcohol, because fucking all bets are off.
Yeah, people
and
don't
we're
think
in
about it.
Ireland, at the end of the day, and as soon as an Irish meal has 2 or 3 pints, he can't hear or see you unless he's basically touching his nose on your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you remember the COVID? No. Just right down your throat. Feel my breath on your neck. They get close, man, don't they?
Everyone wants to touch each other.
Guys bursting through the curtains at the back of Lavery's to come right over up into our face and put his arm around you and go, man, do you know, I fucking know exactly how you feel with these gigs and all, because I am a musician. And you're like, get the fuck away from my face.
If I was there, that would not be allowed.
Well, exactly. Damon Clark had to just sit there and be like, well, I guess I'm getting fucking COVID. Great impression.
Yeah, it should be safer because you can seat people.
But also they are
And
doing
you know
gigs
where they're
inside. That's
sitting.
what drives me nuts.
Yeah, they are,
Like
like,
I've done
yeah.
fucking loads of gigs inside now.
Yeah.
Lavery's is going ahead. It's sort of more spaced out than it was.
Yeah, you could, because you can have bars now. You're allowed to go
And
to
the thing
a bar
is,
now.
the thing is, like,
without
obviously
table
it's
service.
yeah, exactly. And people are piling into fucking the limelight, like all these students for Freshers Week and everything, and they're all just sitting on tables. But you're guaranteed, like, how the fuck do they? If you want to move to a different table or fuck, you know what I mean? It's like, what? At that point, it's actually stupid because you're like, right, they're students, as if they weren't all fucking 50 of them in a house like 10 minutes ago before they came out, and now you're trying to contain them to seats. It's so fucking stupid. Like, that's what it sort of has to be like. Either it's full lockdown or just crack on.
There's so many other entertainment going on. Like, how many music gigs has there been with thousands of people? Football games.
They're putting
Same
on,
idea,
They're putting
really.
on free gigs for fuck's sake to like get people. Like, who put on the free gig there for like some teen and it's probably just FINGERFEST 2021. Fucking COVID's least year worries at that gig. Do you ever remember Dermot from fucking Limelight? Tell me about the after party for Tiesto or something one time, and he just stared into the distance and was like, "It's one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen."
I know. He was
literally traumatized.
Timmy Trumpet or something.
Something like that. He was like, we were sliding.
He's like,
I was sliding through vomit and semen on top of unconscious teenagers. Like, he was like, it was just fucking like a hellscape. FINGERFEST 20. That's the name of this podcast, anyway.
No, it's not. Please stop saying that.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but that's what they're doing. They're. But how can you do that? How can you be like?
And also, anyone going to your gig, the demographic is going to be older. Like, it's going to be people like
35 to 60.
People wanting to buy tickets, and people have like, looked forward to this and booked nights, babysitter, like hotels or whatever. Like, it would be the easiest gig to like monitor, make sure everyone's fine. If you tell everyone to do a PCR test, everyone would do one. Like,
plus we've been.
You could do all that, but nothing, not a word.
But see,
like,
it's still an arena. Like, and when I did it last time, the first time I seen the setup was on the day. So I came in and walked around, and I was amazed at the space in it.
Yeah.
Because it's still like 3,500 people in that setup, but big bit of fucking. Obviously for like fire escapes and whatever.
Yeah, you have to keep
loads of space
round.
Big channels down the middle.
Yeah,
the seats aren't like, you're not like sitting on someone's lap. They're just like.
Well, that's it. As you say, it's all like fire escape things
Yeah.
and all the entrances. So there is quite. It's not like everyone's
Just
just
because
on
certain
one patch.
photographs make it look like.
But it would be worse. Like I think like Ormo, like Park, where all everyone's literally next to each other, as tight as they can get. Whereas a gig, you are spaced because you're in seats and
comedy gig.
sections. You're in sections.
I can't really complain because comedy has been like the loophole for a good while for performances because they weren't allowed live music.
But you could do like a live.
But you
performance,
could do like spoken word and me up there doing my poems. Comedy, what is it? Danger.
I'm
Work.
hungry.
Starving, worked out, still hungry. But that's why everyone's cracking up. Double standards, inconsistencies, etc.
No, I think that the real problem is that yours was just on the exact line of when they were supposed to decide.
Yeah.
Like if it was a week later, you might have got away with it. Fine.
And it's so funny because Big Dom from the management there was, I posted about it and he's like, man, do you want me to go on as admin in your Facebook and delete all this? It's just like, this shit's brutal. And I went on and looked at it and I was like, this is not brutal.
This is just what people do.
I was like, this isn't brutal. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know brutal. Comments.
Just people being annoyed straight off the bat, but it's not your fault. And most other people, I've seen like some people commenting under people being like, it's not Colin's fault. Like it's Stormont. It's not the SSE's fault. It's not Shine's fault. It's not your fault. It's not.
One
like
guy
no one wanted to make that. No one wanted that to happen.
We
like,
talked about this yesterday. Like if they knew it was going to be your last gig and they had to push you on stage ill, Shine would do it.
You'd be on like.
They'd be like, you know what? I think you have the inner strength. I think you have the inner. Just touch my leg.
Yeah, stop spinning around.
Just tell me that. Don't touch me. How dare you?
Shut up.
You're minging shoes.
But these are amazing shoes.
But what was I talking about?
Shine pushing on stage.
Yeah. There's no way they would cancel unless it was actually illegal from the government. They'd be like, man, get you on there. Get on that nebulizer thing for a couple of seconds. Get a wee good bit of air in your lungs and you go on there and do your comedy gig. And the second you collapse and blood comes out your ear, pyro. And it'll be the best gig of all time. They don't want to cancel it all.
I think people maybe just think that if you post something, it must be you decided it, but it's there's a long line before you.
Oh, for sure.
Deciding things.
I don't get any say in anything. Like, as you well know, when they advertise burgers with fucking my name on it and do prizes and give shit away and all, and you're like, whose fucking idea?
If
was
anything,
this?
you were asking every single day, like, can anyone tell me anything? Can anyone tell me anything? No, everyone was like, we don't have any answers right now.
Yeah,
and they waited to the last possible day they could to cancel it, to be fair. Which is annoying for people going, but at the same time, it was in an attempt to, just in case they announced early that you could go and do it. So you had to leave it to the last minute, but it's shit that you had to leave it to the last minute too.
Imagine
there was no
imagine
really
what would
way of
happen
winning
if,
there.
Imagine what would happen if, like, on Friday they went, or on Thursday they were like, right, all social distancing indoors is gone.
I know.
And it was like 4:00. Like, what would that next 24 hours look like?
Well, that's the thing. You said that too. It's very hard to put that show back on within 24 hours notice.
I would just be stuffing clothes into a suitcase and be like, Máirín, I'll see you on Sunday.
Because again, I would have probably assumed this too. Like, it's like, why would you not do it? Like, if you got heard, it could go ahead. Why would you not? But you're going, see everyone who works there and all those sound people and all those desks, they have to be set up, quite a while before that.
Yeah, at least.
At least a full day before. And all the people need to be employed and tell people where to go out and all these kind of things. Like, so much other things rather than just one guy on stage. Like, on the polar a lot more than that.
On the polar opposite, if they went like, guys, you know the gig you're going to tomorrow? It's not happening. That would be even worse. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's a few people posting about like they'd bought flights and all this shit, which is like, it is a nightmare. Like, I don't know.
But that's happened. I mean, you're not the only gig that's happened to.
It's true. Some people were like, "Aye, good timing, Colin. You fucking balloon." Is what
I know. As if you decided
you fucking
this.
Balloon. Enjoy playing the half-empty stadium on a Tuesday. You fucking balloon.
Well, it's Christmas week.
I know that's what people are saying.
Loads of people have said to me that's actually class.
Yeah,
what a better week.
But
Christmas week's gonna be really fun. I can go to Belfast for the day.
Exactly. That's the thing. A lot of people are going. No one's going to go on a Tuesday, and you're like, yeah, but it's Christmas Tuesday week. Right before Christmas. Yeah. Different kettle of fish.
Cotton Little Market, like people be going out every night.
Exactly. And here's another thing. How come you're not allowed to have a gig inside the Odyssey, but they allow people into B&M bargains? Tell me that.
Oh, I know.
You see,
just as many people are in B&M bargains.
You know, if aliens landed, and they come in, and they landed there, they'd be like, well, there was no point in stopping.
There's no intelligent life here.
No,
we should leave.
And we were in there. We might have been as bad, but you do look around and you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, but we'll stand out because there's a swiftness stuff to us, being like, okay, do we need that? Okay, we'll get that, walk around, blah, 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 having a browse. But some people are going, have they ever left here? Are they like some sort of simulation of like Sims characters that just keep walking
especially
around the aisles?
Where we are in Belfast, you know, you'll have some woman just shouting, Mommy, do we need a fucking... Do we need fucking 9 packets of fucking copper sticks? Daddy loves them fucking Bovril teas. Just weird shit in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I need a fucking bin for a toilet.
And you're literally about to like lift something and someone's hand will just come in on top of yours and lift something beside it and you're like, go away from me.
I saw a woman
Why?
walk along and then pick up a bag of unmarked cheddar bites and just go and put it back. Not really, but they do things like that in there. You know, it's like they'll sound like Jacob's cheesy cracker bites, but there's no branding on it. It's just a fucking
Jacob's Creekers.
Dawson's Creekers. Jacob's do make crackers, don't they?
Yeah.
And then Jacob's Creek is what? Wine? Top quality wine?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fucking dump.
That's my well-known wine and cheese joke there.
But we were about to furnish our living room with the stuff that was in there. But what was the joke you said? Someone said B&M tells you what you need?
No, I used to say that. Well, there's the memes about that now, but I used to say that to... Who did I say that to once? Vaguely. About TK Maxx. I was like... You don't go in looking for something in TK Maxx.
Oh, yeah.
Like TK Maxx tells you what you need.
It'll jump out at you.
You don't go to TK Maxx. Like, I must go to TK Maxx and get a whatever. You never do that. You walk into TK Maxx and then figure out what you need to buy.
You walk into TK Maxx and you go, oh, a velour FUBU tracksuit. I need. Oh, a glittery diary from 2017. It's £1 now. Have to scrape all the days off.
Yeah.
Oh, a knife block with 2 of the knives missing. Why?
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
Candles, no wick. Perfect.
I know. Hey, hack your own wick out of it. TK Maxx, unbelievable. Do you want a pair of Rockaware fucking, I don't know,
you're like,
oversized jeans?
This must be a bargain because they put on what the price used to be.
Oh, yeah.
So this must be a bargain. This used to be £150 for this.
Here's a 2-legged table that used to be £800 7 years ago when it was in a furniture shop.
Yeah.
And now you can have it as firewood for like 125. I used to get some real bargains, but the thing is, like, flamboyant coloured shoes are actually the norm now. And I used to go in there and be able to pick up like low dunks and all that were like yellow and purple. Probably pay fucking 500 quid for them now.
I know. I mean, think about it.
Do you know what it's good for? A notebook.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know, if you go to one of the bigger ones, you can go in there and like, you know, what used to be a fancy notebook now sort of slightly dog-eared and reduced. I
love it. It is a good job. Like,
let's go to TK Maxx today.
I know. I haven't been anywhere in so long. Like that being like B&M has been the height of it, and that's probably the worst place for me to go if I'm trying to avoid dirty germ people.
Talk about white supremacy. Dirty germ people. The poor, I believe they're called. Remove the dirty germ people. Do you know what? If people were mad at me for dropping out of this gig, how mad are they at Liam Gallagher for just falling off his helicopter? Do you hear that story?
I didn't know.
He was leaving he was supposed to be playing this weekend, and he just cancelled his gig because he can't sing. He couldn't sing anyway. if he's talking about like,
fuck, I can't sing, man. What the fuck am I doing?
You know, if he's worried about like bashing his nose and sounding slightly nasal, that's the guy's fucking bread and butter.
So what happened?
You know, does he even sing their songs? Which guy sings the Oasis songs? He still sings them. Noel's out. Fuck off, bastard.
I get mixed up between them a lot.
Okay.
What happened to him?
He was clambering onto a helicopter, was it? And fell. Bashed his face.
He was climbing into a helicopter and fell.
Yeah.
He didn't fall out of a helicopter.
Alright, you fuck it. Bang. Like he was on Who Dares Wins, or whatever you call that show. What's it called?
It's so mad. It sounds like it's made up, doesn't it?
Not really, when you're a fucking millionaire rock star. Let me see. Liam Gallagher knows. But yeah, that motherfucker just cancelled, like, yeah, I'm not fucking doing it, bastard. Look at him. Looking like fucking James Nesbitt. I broke my nose. Broke my fucking nose, bastard. It's a good James Nesbitt impression, isn't it?
He looks like...
Bit of Sudocreme fixes everything, doesn't it, though? It's funny they put a plaster on it and then someone fucking give him a facial, too. You know?
And what did he say? Just not doing it?
He was just like, I'm not fucking doing it. He's had several looks there, hasn't he? That's not a great one. That's the short hair.
So by several you mean two?
Yeah, he's a fucking wab though, isn't he? People worship Oasis, but they're all fucking... Do you know what I mean? They're a bit too, like...
They're not my kind of thing. Like,
No,
I'm not into them
fucking
that much. Like we've said that loads of times.
Niall
not really.
loves them. Niall is
Do you?
It says live forever above his ass crack. You got the tattoo. Who's texting me?
I don't like dislike them, if that makes sense, but it's not...
Yeah, it's more the clientele that are into Oasis.
Yeah, we've said this already, like.
Yeah, the old
Tell.
fucking the old tambourine gang, bringing their own tambourines to gigs. Shocking. There he is though. Fine selection of coats. I touched on it yesterday. How long have we been talking for now?
25 minutes.
We're doing well for having zero prep.
We literally... what are we talking about? Nothing. We should talk about something properly.
Joe, talk about something. Your turn. You asked to be on this every day.
I did not.
How did you think your did you know how much money we raised for charity at the end?
I don't know exactly, but it's probably... Hold on.
Hold on.
I think I worked out. It's over 2,500. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's over that. Pretty good, isn't it, for one night? That's crazy.
It's crazy, but like, why can people not just give you money like that for you?
For me?
Why do they always give for charity? Why can't you just be like, man, I just need $2,500. Can I have it? People are like, yeah, no sweat.
Because people don't really want to do that.
Piece of shit. So yeah, for leukemia, lymphoma, NI.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. Doing a comedy gig, a lot easier than walking up sleeved honoured as a fundraiser.
Well, especially when there's a giant tent there.
When there's a giant
When
tent.
there's a venue ready to go, yes.
If there was a giant tent at the top of sleeved honoured, I'd have stayed in it for 2 nights. And then made my way back down. My physique, not built for mountain climbing.
Yeah.
Tell you that.
No, the gig was really good. We
Class.
sort of just put it on last minute because obviously the tent was there for my sister's wedding. And it was like, why not, before we take it down, let's do something with it. It's good. It turned out really well. Just like all people we knew, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's such a good time. All the comedians really funny.
So
I had a great time because I was just like sitting enjoying it. And it was brilliant.
who was saying, like, Connor Keys went up first and they were like, he was so good that they were like, shit, why would you put him on at the start?
Like he was so funny. They're like, how can someone be funnier?
Yeah.
But everyone did really well.
True. Very
Really well.
true.
It's very, very good.
That was good. Like, I wouldn't say, we're the most day-to-day charitable people. We don't constantly thinking about how to raise money for the people in need. But every once in a while we just go with comedy gigs.
Well, that's the way
We've
to do
done
it.
it before
like,
with all the wee comedy boys. Just walked in and
we
just
normally
went,
do it like a
listen,
few
we're not
times a
out
year.
there on the street, fighting for justice. But every once in a while we just do a gig for the crack and then go, take that. $6,000.
I think I would like to do another one, maybe in like Lime or something, where there's a bigger, you can actually...
Well, you could
more
just do
people,
them
but-
sort of like quarterly or something.
But that's what I mean,
Do
you
a
can't
big
do them too often, but you do them often enough that people, you can get a chunk of money then.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I mean, it's all about research. Do you know what I mean? You got to be supporting things that do research. So they're like that charity, Leukemia and Lymphoma NI, is charity. You know, they research, and research is what gets all the new drugs, and the new drugs is what helps cure people. So you got to be funding research. Like you have to. You just have to. Like.
And then you get people who don't do research come along going, I don't trust this.
I know. I know. You don't say that to them, do you? What are you doing there? I don't trust what you're doing. What's in this chemo? You just go, fucking,
I've heard
thank you. Thank you for it.
I know. Exactly.
This is great. Whatever this is.
I know. It's funny now. There's this just...
You actually don't want to know what's in it.
Yeah.
If you don't know it, you're like, don't tell me. Just don't even
when there's something in a
explain.
bag that's going into your blood and they're like, we can't touch this because it'll melt our fingers off.
And if this...
But it's going in you.
Yeah.
But I don't want to touch this with
If
my
this
bare
went
hands.
anywhere else but your veins, it would melt your skin off.
What did she... Cytotoxic? Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. When it's like, if it gets on your skin, it burns.
Yeah, and even after, when you're having chemo, you have to like use a special, not a special toilet, but like a toilet separate to people because it can be toxic as well.
In case you do a bit of bum splash up the way.
So there you go. So,
I should have that with no chemo.
Yeah.
Just my own
your
toilet.
Own toilet. Your own toxic toilet.
What's that thing outside your house? That's Colin's poison toilet.
Yeah.
It's basically,
do your poison outside,
it's
please.
like galvanized and we just go in and fucking spray it all
just a
down.
hole in the ground, like
Yeah.
at least, yeah.
Yeah. Are the women's toilets like that in Dubai and all that shit?
Can't remember.
Can't-
I don't think
you
I've
can't
ever
remember.
used one of those. Well, where did I use one?
I mean, that's so
Vietnam.
women. They just be
I
like,
think.
I just held piss for 3 weeks. But I go to Dubai Mall and I'm like, I have my fourth shit.
I just can't remember the toilet.
Can't remember the toilet? No.
I think they were normal, just regular
Really?
toilets, I think.
Because the dudes are in the Dubai ones with a power washer and a hole in the floor just fucking going buck mad.
Yeah, but you can stand up, so it's fine.
And shit?
No.
You would first go, I'd shite on my feet probably and just be like, fuck. There's bound to be some guy goes on holiday to Dubai and needs a shit and then just has to poke his head out to the guy, the attendant in there, and is like, buddy, I've had a disaster. And then he's like, don't worry about it. Because Dubai has a brand new pair of Air Max in a cupboard. There you go, mate. You enjoy that there.
Maybe you just get used to it. Maybe if you grow up doing that, you're just like really good at aiming.
No, I
in a
mean,
hole.
I don't mean a local. I mean like someone who's on holiday. He's just like, I'm sorry, man. I give it like he's using chopsticks for the first. He's like, I give it a go, but it's a fucking mess. I give it a go.
You need one of those wee like potty training things you put over a toilet.
Aye.
Like when someone's bowling, you need the wee thing. You just need your wee trainer on.
Yeah, you need bumpers for having a shit.
Yeah.
This podcast is electric, man. Are you allowed to tell people about your new hair?
Yeah. Got new hair,
It's very impressive.
isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what the fundraiser was for.
No, nearly would need to be.
Every £1,000 raised, they bundle a Venezuelan child into a truck, shave their head, and send it over here.
Colin.
I know, I'm just making
Why?
it, man. I'm like, because we're, it's a slow day. We haven't researched anything. We're just chatting.
Yeah, no, got extensions in my hair. Probably should have been a bit longer, but I didn't want to wait any longer. I just wanted them. I'm so sick of having no hair.
Isn't it funny how like little I know about hair, where I thought they'd have just went straight in from the top, and you're like, no, they go in the whole way up, and then the top bit sort
Start
of
from
folds
the
over.
bottom, and then this is like my hair at the top,
That's wild.
which is still very curly. In fact, all the hair underneath all this is really quite short and curly still, which is hard because you're trying to like straighten it out.
And who did you say you looked like?
Well, because this
Noel
bit, like,
Gallagher?
yeah, nearly Paul Foot.
Yeah, I'm
I
going to
just
Google that.
realised I look like Paul Foot because the top section is like all my hair, which is curly, especially if like you've slept on it or like you've been outside or something's blown around. So I look, my hair is basically like Paul Foot's hair until it grows longer.
There he is.
My sister was like, how did you remember his name? And I was like, how could you forget his name? His name is Paul Foot.
Yeah.
It's probably not Paul Foot, but
I want to
like,
know what the
he's
rest of
called
his
Paul Foot.
family are called. You know? Pamela Foot. All that sort of shit. Just regular names. Will I write in Colin Geddis hair to see what comes up?
Yeah, people do Google this, I think, don't they?
What were the other
Is it
options?
your school photo comes up or
Colin
something?
Geddis' wife, cancer. Hey, that's a bit of crack, isn't it?
I know.
Don't like that. We'll keep working until this says Colin Geddis, greatest comedian of all time.
You keep googling that.
Great. Colin Geddis weight loss. You know, one of those transformation.
Colin Geddis hot body.
Colin Geddis nude, and it's just me like Vin Diesel. Remember that photo? He's on the yacht, only have my cock out. Cock.
Fully closed though, but gesture.
Closed.
Closed.
With my cock fully closed. Yes.
Yeah.
At the end.
Hopefully. Put the lid back on.
Colin Geddis hometown. You know, there's someone sitting there fucking dying to know that. Fucking shit, let my body.
I know. Do you remember that time outside a hotel? Someone's like, "No, where are you really from?" And you're like, "Belfast." And you're like, "No, you're not. You're from Limavady." You're like, "Well, I'm not." Like, like, no, you are. You are.
Yeah, I get all sorts of stupid shit. Are you from Port Glenone? I was like, where the fuck is that? No idea. There's a picture of Al. What's going on here?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Have people been stalking you now? Too?
The only photo of me in the world.
There's me on Shane's one doing a bit of charity work. See, I do charity work all the time. Tea with me. I can't find it. There used to be a photo of me.
Your school photo?
Yeah.
I know. That used to come up.
Me with
a lot.
sexy spiky hair. And do you know what? Thank God I went bald. Did not look good.
I can't. Like I've said before too. Like, but I can't imagine you with hair now. It would be strange you having hair now. Like, do you know why some people get like hair transplants and you're like, fair enough, like, you know, you suited your hair and you've just filled it back out again.
Mm-hmm.
If you went and did something like that, you'd be like, what? Imagine you with hair.
But quite literally,
That would be
if you,
weird. That'd be so weird.
if you
to
give
me.
me like another couple of years, I will have been balder longer than I had hair. Yeah.
Bolder. Your baldness will be longer
I
than
will-
your hair.
I will have had no hair longer than I had hair
Oh.
when I'm about 40. Like, but you know what I mean? I am 40. Do you remember we were watching Married at First Sight last night? And the wee guy...
Yeah, we started watching
The
it
wee
Friday
guy
night.
was just like, you know, where was he from? Wales?
Yes.
I've had a hair transplant and, you know, I fucking look after some foster kids. And like, sounded like the nicest guy ever. I had a terrible breakup and I tried to stay fit and get a hair transplant and I'm a fireman. And it sounded like the greatest guy of all time.
I know.
With that other fucking, let's face it, fella
I mean,
from Essex.
we've only watched like 2 episodes, but the women are horrific.
They're
so mean.
That's women for you,
That's
man.
not women for you.
Ball bags.
That's 2 women.
One of them's a man. You know, the one that sounds like Janice from Friends.
The Geordie one, whatever. I don't know their names anymore. Like,
No,
what?
not her. She's a fucking...
Oh.
Do you,
Oh, you mean the
do you like
blonde?
me tits? Yeah, they're not bad. What do you mean not bad? Are you looking at my fucking tits? What is wrong with you?
That's
You fucking wildcat.
I just like people like that because she's so argumentative. And again, I'm sure it gets worse. But we've only watched 2 episodes, so that's where we're
She
at.
gets kicked off. Spoiler alert. She got kicked off for being abusive, did she not?
I have no idea. I'm sure she does. But like, that's not a conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think people don't realise that's not a
I mean,
conversation.
just literally
it goes in a
she's walking
circle.
around and then she's like, do you mind if I get me tits out? I want fucking tan tits. And then she's like, are you looking at me tits? I seen you staring at me tits for fucking 5... You're like...
No, she
If
was
an old
looking
wo-
for compliments, and then she was
if
like,
an old
"Why aren't
woman-
you complimenting me?" And then
Yeah.
it was like, "Why are you looking?" And you're like, "What?
Oh,
What's happening
she's
here?"
class, you know? She's class. What a
How do you
lunatic.
get like that? I don't understand. You know what I mean? How do you get like that?
What's the term for toxic femininity? That's not even femininity. You're just being like, that's a crazy woman.
That's a
Who,
crazy
if
person.
it was a fella, would be in jail probably. Just that real psychotic, like just... Yeah, you couldn't talk to her at all. Every argument is just constantly branching off. It never fucking comes to a conclusion. And then she throws a cup at him. I'd have fucking hit her with a frying
Well,
pan.
yeah, people always do that, and they go in a circle, and they actually contradict themselves, but it's just in the argument now.
Is the term gaslighting?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, where she's like blaming
Where
you
she's like
for...
absolutely mad as a box of wasps, but she's being like, you fucking, look what you've done to me. And you're like, I was just lying here.
But it's always someone who's like really like
Placid.
insecure and like
Oh,
really
her?
like
Yeah.
has like doesn't know what to be at and obviously needs loads of attention and doesn't know. They're really confident,
but they're out of
but
their
they're
mind.
not really confident.
If the guy woke up in the morning and he was like, listen, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Just I fucking love being around you. Should be in front of the camera doing a talking head, just being like, he's a bit of a fucking drippy bastard.
Yeah,
he
for
fucking
sure.
pays me too much. It gives a fucking break, would you? And then he looks away for 2 seconds. He's like, who do you fucking think you are, looking away from my flops that I have out? You know, it's like, oh my god. Give it a few. You're like,
Do you know what you need to do with people like that? Put them in one of those like House of Mirrors things and just let them argue with themselves, like 6 other versions of themselves,
Yeah.
and then they would just implode, I think.
You bendy fat bastard.
And they would just keep going round and round and round forever in this little
But
box.
I mean, it's just, I talked about this yesterday, but it's like, she has so many, you know, like, this is what the way my man has to be: big, bulky, big legs, muscly, tanned, fucking blah blah blah. And then she just goes, my lips are fake, my fucking cheeks are fake, if I'm a face buffed up, my tits are fake. I'm Thai, so I probably have no arse, so I got a Brazilian one put in.
She did, I think.
Like, she's just taught everything. She's like, it's all fake, but you better be a fucking built like
10
a
out of 10.
professional athlete who spends most of his time. That was one of her slags at the end. Fuck off, get a fucking sunbed.
Because he was pale, I know.
And the guy's black. The guy's like mixed race. You know?
It's so funny, isn't it?
Oh my god, what a shit show.
But some people, like, do you think, like, obviously there are people in the world who are married to people like that? Men and women, you know, there
course.
can be men going like that too. Like, how does that work?
But I think there's certain people are like, they don't know how to act when that's not the way it is. You know, we all know people who end up in like the same relationship over and over and over again. And they even said that in the show. She's like, I just keep ending up with these guys that I meet in the gym and they're dead muscly, but they just fucking treat me like some sort of sperm receptacle and throw me away. And you're like,
Or then you get a nice guy. You're
And-
talking about the blonde woman now.
yeah,
Then you get a nice guy and you don't know what to do. And you're like, oh, he's a
Yeah.
bit weird because he's like whatever.
because he's like nice.
Yeah, because he's not like all in her face.
Yeah, because he's not like roided up, running around a gym trying to just dump
And he's
loads in
trying to
anything that
just
moves.
Talk to her.
And that's relationships. We should do a relationship show.
But then I think that's because the men who's the fault here. The men that she went out with were the ones damaging her. So now she's doing it back to a man. So you know what I mean, cycle.
Wow.
I know. It is really interesting
Truth bomb.
watching other people's relationships, isn't it?
Yeah, and
That's why so
she's
many shows
probably
are
been-
popular now. Everyone just watches them being like, thank God.
But then she was also saying, you know,
Not like
people
that,
who
but-
talk about their dad as if they were like married to their dad.
yeah.
You know, my dad used to we used to go to Ibiza together and all this here shit.
Yeah.
She's looking for that like, daddy. You know, when they all treat her like fucking dog shit.
Yeah. They do say that. Like,
Can you have
people do
too
that.
much daddy issue, like too much of a connect, you know, like daddy issues because there was like, the relationship was too good?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
more
the-
like mates or something than...
Well, a lot of people, like, there can be one way where people have really bad relationships with their fathers, and then the other one is you idolize them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do that to extent with my dad. Like, he's really like, but he's like
Not as much as I do.
on paper, what?
Idolize him.
Idolize him. Everyone idolizes him. That's the thing. I'm not making this up. Like, this isn't just me. He is a phenomenal human being in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
All of them. Which is very hard then if you are meeting people going, how does anyone live up to him? Look. There you go, Colin. Found him. No, but I mean, you're quite different than him because the thing is, you're not really supposed to be with someone who's like your parents, really. People
Same height,
tend to do it.
both bald, both very athletic.
That's where the similarities end.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Very wealthy, very well read, skilled at many things, handy, scientist, engineer, wordsmith,
What do you do?
dick jokes
Yeah.
sometimes.
It says that you're hungry.
Yeah, so...
But do you know what I mean? You can have someone who's such a good role model that no one will live up to them.
Uh-huh.
But obviously part of
That's
that is
what
also...
your problem is.
But also that's because it's like...
You'd be like, what sort of worthless cunt are you? You can't fucking fix a Range Rover?
Yeah.
You
Can't...
Your thing that your dad has done is you have full disbelief when a thing doesn't work. You're like, why did... Sorry, this doesn't seem to be working. And someone hasn't come in and fixed it.
Yeah. And he even still does it now because you just turn around and he's like mowing our lawn for us and stuff. Like he'll just come and do things at your house without asking.
He's nothing to do, man. He's killing time.
He's got loads of things to do.
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
I have things to do. You know, I have to come
Do
down
you?
here and talk to myself for like...
No, it's hard for you. It is hard
It
for you.
is tough. It's tough.
hard for you to be a think you're a role model?
Sausage roll model.
Yeah.
Am I a role model? I fucking hope not. Who to? Our
Well, you
son?
have a son now.
Aye,
Yeah.
but that'll kick in when he's about 4. Will it?
No,
You don't need to be-
straight away.
Nah, you don't need to be a
You
role
got
model
it
now.
straight out the gate.
Nah, you don't need to be a role model now.
Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah.
Our food's nearly here. He's round the corner.
Ooh.
I'm very excited. No, I'll be a good role model, I think.
You will be or you are? Are you saying this is a future thing? Gotta happen?
Do
No,
you,
you are.
Do you think I'm a good role
No,
model?
you are. You really are. I think you really are.
Do you think... Yeah.
No, I do think you are.
How can you tell now?
How can I tell?
Because Eddie's very kind.
Well, yeah, because you're kind. You're kind and generous.
In an aggressive way.
In an aggressive
like
way,
Like you put
but
something in your mouth and go... And like hit it into your mouth and be like, I'm watching you eat it.
yeah,
that's
that's a bit
totally
you.
me.
Yeah, it's a bit you, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think you are, and also like just how I don't know your different skill sets. I think are a good role model as a father. Like you can cook, You'll also do washing.
These are all very
laundry,
housewifey things.
You do a lot of housewife things.
Your dad's
Yeah.
out here doing our grass and
That's
doing all
what
the
I'm
man
saying.
things,
You'll
and I'm
teach
like,
him how to cook, and I'll be like, hey,
Colin's
Eddie,
in
here's how to
there making a flan.
Yeah, I'll teach him how to drive and machinery and how to be outside and look after like the garden,
Livestock and
things like that. And you can teach him how
play
to like cook.
Gaelic
and,
football because you've an illustrious career in football.
yeah, really good at sports and
Yeah. And I'll
Yeah.
just be inside making like roses out of icing.
yeah,
Isn't that lovely?
folding all the towels into swans and stuff.
When you're done out there with your mummy fixing that vintage car, I'll be in here making piping these cupcakes if you want to come in.
Yeah,
You know?
you're just in the corner knitting.
Knitting,
basket.
Yeah. When you're done with your mummy there, just cutting those trees down, doing some tree surgery, we'll be quilt making inside from 3 to 4. Okay, Eddie, good man. That's toxic masculinity, assuming that quilt making is only for women.
Quilt making is only for quilt makers. It's non-gender specific.
I love a wee patchwork quilt.
Oh, you do, don't you? Oh, you have one. You love it.
And on that note,
I know. More facts you
Mal's
didn't know
sitting
about
over
Colin.
there going like, I should have just stayed in Ballynahinch eating donuts. Fuck all this. Fuck that shit. This guy's 1 minute away. But not to, if this podcast made it to air, I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Oh, what?
Will you have a meeting?
Not really. Right, stop calling food deliveries meetings.
A meeting with Bogdan in 1 minute. He's only at the corner for fuck's sake. Right, no, we'll
I
get
have
out
to
of
get to
here.
the office. A very important meeting at 12. What is it? Lunch.
No, listen, we've done 45 minutes. It's all good. We've a lot of editing to do today. We're going to try and put out a special on Friday. I've said that out loud now, so I have to do it.
You do. You're going to give
We're
it to
gonna
people.
we're
for
gonna
not-
do a sort of, like sitcom episode where you do like a clip show where you go back on many famous bits. That's our man. Oh, that's from Dungannon. Who's that? That's probably the glasses place. Anyway, we'll get out of here. Thanks for coming on, Máirín.
No problem.
That's the intro. Should I answer that? I think I will. See you next week, guys. Best of luck.